Oh, I still didn't tell you about the garlic. So, this is how that went. So I guess we know what's not going to be an indoor plant of mine, right? So, I've been cooking with garlic lately. I think it's safe to say that I need to reserve that for cooking on with meat only, right? Meat only. Because Mr. is not a garlic. He's one of those people, he does not like garlic. He hates the smell of garlic. Thank God he loves me. Okay? And I found this out early in our relationship because, you know, I was having dinner with the millionaires. And I really didn't want anything, but some of y'all know how it goes on that level. So you participate. So in that particular case, I had some salmon, and salmon can't touch mine. But I had some salmon, and I had a side of cream garlic spinach. It was so good too. So I came home that day clearly smelling like garlic, because unfortunately I should be, but I'm unfortunately one of those people that don't brush after lunch. Okay, I got you in the morning, I got you at night, and sometimes I skip them. But I mean, if I'm not a liar, but sometimes I skip brushing at night, and I should not. That's the worst time to skip. So that's not something that you should do, and I don't recommend it. It is horrible, and me of all people should be the last person to do stuff like this. But sometimes if I snacked on something after I've already brushed my teeth at night, I won't brush them again. I know. Go ahead. True. I did that. I should not have. All these things I don't deny it. I'm accountable. I'm going to take action. You done? So yeah, sometimes when the munchies win after I've already brushed my teeth at night, I will not brush them again. I said it. Anyway, yeah, but that commercial got me to thinking about all the things that are actually just regular human condition that they've convinced us is disease, for which they have the answer for us. And that is one of the professions that we are born to respect no matter what. Like we are born, every human is conditioned to respect the knowledge of a physician. And do you remember when I did the video about how they use terminology to demonize our ancestral spirit? And I was talking about how they start calling our healers witch doctors, you know, while we because subconsciously automatically glorify an ameriKLAN doctor, right? So they started demonizing our ancestral healers as witch doctors, and they found a negative connotation for the word spirit, so it could be used for that, whereas for them it's holy and Christian, which, you know, their religion. But I was just thinking about terminology, right? How they made everyone see our doctors as witch doctors, our healers as witch doctors, and their doctors are called physicians. And it made me break down the word physician. I got a good hit, right? So it made me break down the word physicians, and I thought, no wonder they call them physicians. Because they get in your mind, actually. Psych. That PHY. So they're a psych specialist. They get in your mind, make you think you need this chemical that will help them kill you. that will help supremacy overall as an entity. Kill you, right? Or kill yourself so they don't have to. Same thing. You either way you did, right? But then I was like, no, they could say it is the study physician, because I was pre-med, so we did a lot of breaking up of body parts and words to represent the condition of said body part. Like folliculitis is an inflammation of the follicles, right? So itis in that case is relative to inflammation. Folliculitis, and the root of the word will address the actual part of the body that's afflicted, and the prefix and or suffix will relate to the type of dis-ease. Well, it would be condition in a honest translation, but we'll say disease because a doctor's goal is ultimately going to be to find disease. I'm careful about using that word because, again, in a moral society, it would be to diagnose it. And so that's what they want you to think physicians are doing, is diagnosing. But they're finding disease. You're just helping them find it. Oh, man. Y'all don't even know. Even though I'm saying a lot of stuff right now, there's a whole nother lesson still going on. A separate lesson for me going on, my human me going on from Goddess. Just like she's teaching us this about ameriKLAN physicians right now, and the pharmacy and Pharmco as a blanketed entity. She's also teaching me something else back here. Cause she's like, while we going through this, she's like, and girl, this what else they gonna do. I know you ready, so I'm gonna tell you. I don't tell them. They are not ready for this much truth this fast in one sitting. But this what else they gonna do. And so she's really giving me the plight, not the play-by-play, but she be giving me the plight of what's gonna happen to us as a nation. And it's terrifying because she and I both know, because we are each other, that the human culture as is will not resist it. They can. They just won't. But anyway, y'all not ready for that, and I ain't finna go into details in that for sure, because y'all sure ain't ready for that. But because even I'm like, word, they gonna do that too? I'm like, oh my God, we doomed. And she like, your position is just to tell the people that got an ear for it. That's it. Everybody else gotta be Harriet Tubman, girl. And I'm like, I know I'm ready. I'm ready to Harriet Tubman somehow. So I don't have no problem with that. And I'm ready to embrace those who are ready to evolve into your highness. Your royal highness. For real, for real. Anyway, so where were we on this physician shit? Yeah, so I was like, oh. So that's what's making me, so my pre-med history is what's making me dissect the actual pharmaceutical terminology like this. So anyway, so I was thinking, well, I was like, that's what it really is. They're studying their professions of the psych so that they can get in your head, whether they realize it or not. This is a 13-eye blind study, bitch. So it's a lot of participants, a lot of strong, in fact, leaders in it that have no clue. They don't even realize they are one of the prime motherfuckers. Some of your favorite pseudo hoteps are a great example of that. But anyway, so I was like, even if it is, they are like masters of the psych on a pharmaceutical level. I was like, they can still use a double entendre to convince people that it is the study of the physical. They are scholars of the physical body. So it could be physician. The PHY could represent, their expertise and knowledge of the physical body. But if you think with your God mind, your black God mind, then you realize that a real healer not a ameriKLAN physician, but a healer, should be called a biologist. But a biologist is scientific in the American conditioning system. So I would say if white people had healers, the ones of our real healers that they call witch doctors, but if they had actual healers that was actually interested in healing people and their well-being, like for real, and not like the little fake vegans and little fake yogas and little fake whatever, all these different things that have been gentrified, because they did originate with us, but they put their little white pinky in it and fucked it up. But now it's so twisted, you get involved in it and end up following their lead. But anyway, yeah, I was just thinking that if colonizers were not racist and they really had professionals that saw to people's physical forms and its wellness, I would imagine the appropriate terminology would be, using the English language, biologist. That should be a biologist. You call a psychiatrist a psychiatrist. Ah, that's the psych there. That's the psych. I see. That's what I was getting it mixed up with. Okay, so yeah, so theirs is they want you to think they are professionals, they're professional scholars of the physical body, so physician. I get it. But nope. Show me a biologist. But they do have these new things, these DOs. They're not new. They've been around a while, but I'm sure they're getting more popular now. And they take a little more, they allegedly take on a more holistic approach. But girl, if they work for ameriKLAN Farm Co., I promise you. But don't mind me. Ask your doctor if it's right for you. But results may vary. I don't know what just happened, but Goddess didn't mean for me to do whatever was next on my list to do. Because I had just made myself a nice cup of coffee and I had just gotten it perfect. You know how I do. Perfect. First time. And right after I got done with the taste test, out of nowhere, I was like, I thought I just heard a buzz or a vibrate. I was going to say, maybe she don't want me to tell y'all this story. For some reason that I have no idea, because I don't see how it's related to anything. Anyway. Good girl. Okay. So, I had just made the coffee, right? And I feel like she slapped it out of my hand. Like, it didn't break. She made sure it didn't break or anything. And normally it would have, seemed like, the way the stone tile is set up in the kitchen. But I accept and embrace it and appreciate it. Because I feel like when things like that happen, I either wasn't meant to drink that coffee. I wasn't meant to do whatever was on my list, whatever I would have been distracted to doing after I drank the coffee. Or I was supposed to still have everything on my list to do that I need to do, but I needed to delay a few minutes before doing it. Whatever the case is, I receive, I embrace, and I am grateful to have evaded whatever danger awaited me had I not delayed. And if maybe I needed to get in the shower sooner than I was going to, because it did spill all over me. Maybe I needed to wrap up whatever I needed to do down there and not be bothered with down there no more until I get ready to cook dinner. Maybe that. Either way, I'm going to do all that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and get in the shower because maybe that's what I need to do. I'm going to get bro restarted. I'm going to get the maid started on the floor. Transition around of laundry. And I want to see if I can't get Mr.'s bathroom clean. Before I finish the next couple of loads of laundry. Meanwhile, I hope I exited out of my editing software. I didn't spend too much time doing that. I was doing stuff around the house that I needed to do. But anyway, I just want to tell y'all about that because that was so random. And I was upset for about 2 seconds. I was like, what the fuck? But then I realized it felt deliberate. It felt like it was knocked out of my hand onto the tile. Like, no. And I feel like she waited until I got the coffee fresh and made, and it was just right. I feel like she wanted to make that statement. But I'm here for it. Maybe I needed to take another dose. Maybe, because I got a random cramp in my calf about an hour ago. And it made me take a couple of aspirin. So maybe I need to overdose right quick. And maybe I need to overdose on the stuff that I thought I was overdosing on before, and it wound up being some GSD. Because, man, when I tell you my wellness got checked during that dose, I had such a sense of wellness. So maybe I'm gonna go ahead and do that, just because it won't hurt nothing, and keep on pushing, keep it pushing with all my other to-do list shit, including washing my blockers. Washing. I said washing.